We the People, Civil Values in America by Kelly Rogers. Americans believe in equality and responsibility. Learn all about American civil values and how people fought to uphold them. Table of Contents. American Values, page 4. A New Nation, 8. All are created equal, 10. The Law of the Land, 14. Responsible Citizens, 22. We the People, 27. Blogit, 28. Glossary, 30. Index, 31. Your turn, 32. American Values. Being an American is not about your skin color, the clothes you wear, or how you look. So what does it mean to be an American? American past can help us find the answer. Early American leaders built our country on certain values. They wrote about these important values in the U.S. Constitution. Our early leaders wrote that Americans should be free. They thought that Americans should believe what they want to believe and say what they want to say. Americans should feel safe and be happy. The leaders said that Americans should be treated fairly. They stated that people should not be allowed to hurt one another. They also thought that they should be able to choose their leaders. These are the rights that all Americans have. These ideas and rights are still important to Americans. We call them our civil values. We get to enjoy many rights in America, but being an American is not just about the rights we have. It is also about being a good citizen. Good citizens have responsibilities. These are duties that we should do. You have duties in your home. It may be your duties to clean the dishes or to keep your room clean. You also have duties in school. It is your duty to learn and to be nice to others. We all have responsibility to our country, too. It is our duty to follow the rules and laws. It is our duty to treat others fairly. The U.S. Constitution lists these rights and responsibilities. It talks about American values. The U.S. Constitution is proof that our country is built in these values. America's early leaders set an example for us. They work hard and they rely on themselves. They help make America what it is today. It is up to us to follow their example. A new nation. In the 1600s, people left Great Britain to live in America. They came for many reasons. Some wanted freedom to practice their religion. They were called Puritans. By 1776, many more people from Europe were living in America. They were living in the 13 colonies. Great Britain and its king controlled these colonies. The colonies felt that the king was not treating them fairly. They wanted to be free from his rule. They wanted their own country. The leaders in the colonies got together and wrote the Declaration of Independence. It was a letter to the king. It said that the colonies were now free from British rule and they would start a new country. But the king wanted to keep the colonies. This started a war. In 1783, the colonies won the war and the new nation was born. It was called the United States of America. All are created equal. The Declaration of Independence did more than said that the colonies were free. It said what kind of nation America will be. It said that the people will be in charge of the country. It said that the people have certain rights. Thomas Jefferson was one of the early leaders in America. He helped write the Declaration. His words explained the belief of the new nation. Jefferson wrote, "All men are created equal. Our values are based on this idea." But America did not treat all people the same. In Jefferson's time, many people were slaves. Slaves had no freedom. Other people owned them. Women did not have the same rights as white men did either. Jefferson's promise of equality was a good idea, but future Americans will have to work hard to make this promise come true. Today, we continue to work towards equality for all people. Jefferson had more to say about American rights. He said that all people are born with certain rights. that no one can take away. Jefferson said that some of these are the rights to live, to be free, and to pursue happiness. He said that Americans will start a new government to protect their rights. Protecting these rights became an important American value. Jefferson also said that the people should choose their leaders. One person should not have all the power. He did not want another king to rule America. Jefferson said that if the people did not get to choose their leaders, the government would not be fair. This idea is known as the consent of the government. This means that people should agree on who their leaders are. It became another civil value. This is why we vote for or choose our leaders. The Law of the Land. In 1777, American leaders wrote about the Constitution. It said how the government should work. It stated the rules and laws of the nation. Many Americans did not want a strong government. This reminded them of the British king. They wanted people to have the power. This first constitution was called the Article of the Confederation. But there were problems with the article. The government was not strong enough to keep the new nation safe. The leaders met to write a new constitution. It was a hard job. No other country had tried to form the kind of government the American wanted. Some people thought it would not work. They say it was dangerous to give the people so much power. In 1789, the U.S. Constitution was ready. It said how we will choose our leaders. It listed our rights and duties. It was based on the values of the people. The government was created to protect the rights of the people. The U.S. Constitution said that the people will not have all the power. The power will be shared. The states will be in charge of themselves, but there will also be a central government, will be in charge of the whole country. The U.S. Constitution has three parts. The preamble is the introduction. It states why the U.S. Constitution was written. It says what we, the people, believe. It says that we value justice, fairness, and peace. It also says that we value freedom. The articles are the body of the U.S. Constitution. They explain how the government works. Three branches or parts share the power. The branches are like legs on a stool. They are separate, but they all work together to make the stool stand. The amendments are the third part. They are changes. They allow the U.S. Constitution to grow and change with our nation. The Bill of Rights. The U.S. Constitution was written to protect our rights. But some people thought that more rights were needed. They wanted all these rights to be added into the U.S. Constitution. They asked for a Bill of Rights. This became the first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution. The First Amendment protects basic freedoms. It includes freedom of religion. This means that the government cannot make you practice a certain religion. You can believe what you want to believe. It also includes freedom of speech and freedom of press. This means that you can say what you want to say. You can speak out against the government. The Second Amendment protects our rights to defend ourselves. Other amendments explain the rights of fair punishment. Many people think that the Bill of Rights is the best statement of our values. It explains what it means to be an American. More amendments. Today we have many of the same values that our early leaders had. We still think that people should be free, and we still think that all the people should be treated fairly. But our ideas about how to live out these values have changed over time. New amendments have been added to solve new problems. These amendments show how America have changed. In 1865, the 13 Americans ended slavery. The 14th Amendment says that anyone born in America is a citizen. The 15th Amendment gave all men the right to vote. In 1920, the 19th Amendment gave women the right to vote. The U.S. Constitution tells us what Americans value. It explains how our government works. Our early leaders worked hard to make a fair government. They wanted a country that will protect its people. They also wanted a country that will grow and change with its people. The amendments are proof of this idea. Responsible citizens. With rights comes responsibilities. Responsible citizens are good citizens. They work hard to make their country a better place. They follow the rules and laws. They try to do what is best for everyone. They treat others fairly and they help people in need. These are other ways to be a good citizen. People can give their time, money, or items to help others. Some people give these things to charities. These are groups that help people in need. Good citizens can also volunteer. This means they do work that helps others for free. Democracy is about the people. For it to work, the people must be involved. There are many ways for adults to take part in democracy. They can vote for leaders and laws. They can serve on a jury. This means they help decide if a person broke a law. They can even join the government and become leaders. You can be a responsible citizen too. Follow the rules at home and at school. Do not break our country laws. Get involved in your community and government. You can learn about your local leaders. You can learn about our country leaders. You can help keep your country clean and safe. If you see someone being treated unfairly, speak up. You can donate items to food bank. You can volunteer at any animal shelter. You can pick up trash at a local park. You can be honest and fair. You can be a leader at our school and at your home. And you can always work your hardest and do your best. It is never too early to learn how to be a good citizen. Learn to be a responsible citizen is an important American value. We the people. American values come from our past and our present. Americans' early leaders worked hard to create a country that will support these values. Their ideas are found in the Declaration of Independence. They are also found in the U.S. Constitution. These values tell us what it means to be an American. We are still learning how to live by these values. As our country changes over time, we will face new problems, so we must find new ways to solve these problems. It is important to make sure that all people still have liberty and justice. As Americans, we are in charge of our government. We get to choose our own leaders. We also get to vote on our laws. We believe in equality. We think that all people should be treated fairly. The U.S. Constitution protects our rights. To keep these rights, we have responsibilities. We need to be good citizens in order to keep Americans strong. Blog it. Our early leaders worked hard to make America a strong country. They fought a war to be free. They wrote the Constitution to make sure that the people had rights and will keep these rights. There have been many great American leaders. Choose one and learn more about him or her. Then write a blog about that person. Share your blog with others. Glossary Index. Your turn. Important values. Think about American values in this book. Which do you think is the most important value? Why do you think that? Create a poster about the value you choose. Almost done. Finish the book.